Hey, what's up? I'm Taylor with who are we with? Okay, that didn't go well. I am Taylor from Atai. Hey there, I am Taylor from Spruce Labs. We are the creators of automatedtesting.ai, or Atai for short. So I'm Tay from Atai. Yeah, I know. When I say we, I mean like myself and Mason. The two of us rocked this thing in between our other things. A little bit of the backstory, if you care to hear it, is we spent a lot of time working with clients, not only building software, but helping them with existing software. And a lot of our clients were suffering from just like a software that didn't work really well. And so every release was scary and stressful. And so I went and did a bunch of research on like automated testing solutions and manual, like anything to kind of build confidence around our releases. And then I found some really promising options that leveraged generative AI to write tests and run tests. And I thought this was great. And I went and tried them. And not only did they not really work that well, they were like really expensive, like hundreds of dollars per test or thousands of dollars per month. And so Mason and I got together and we're like, well, seems to be a problem a lot of people are having. Let's make something. So we're in beta, which means if you're watching this, it's early days. Thank you so much for taking a look. We currently offer one way to get Atai set up, and that's locally. Depending on demand, we'll work on a cloud solution or option. We're not there yet, so really excited though to hear how it's working for you, and if you get a chance to do it and set it up. And so I'm going to just walk you through Tay from what you see after you're done installing. So you'll download the app, it'll run the installer, it'll set up the platform on your computer, and you'll be at the login screen. So I'm going to log in right now with this number I'm going to make up. I'm going to say 555-345-5432. And then my pin is all zeros because it's just set to, it's in local mode right now. And when you're running the installer, you're going to answer questions and it's going to ask for a phone number and it's going to walk you through all this. So then the first thing that happens, I'm going to be prompted to add my company. So this platform, it is a multi-tenant platform. It supports many organizations running on it at the same time. But in this case, we're just us, so you can put in whatever you want. Put in your headquarters. If you're a freelancer, individual, put in your name and address. I'm just going to put in 123 Main Street, because my address is my home address, so I'm not going to share that. Okay, now check this out. I hit save. It's created the organization. Now SpruceBot's going to essentially talk me through what's next, which is provisioning my account. So it's going to install the modules to this organization. We call them skills, so it's going to install the skills. It's going to create the roles and permissions and everything that would happen if you were to have signed up on the cloud solution. And as SpruceBot's mentioning, it's going to set it up and it's going to take 0.01 seconds. I actually don't know if that's true, but let's go. So hit let's go. It's provisioned our account. It's set it up. Now we're ready to get to work. Almost. So Atai breaks down tests into 3 levels of abstraction: test suite, and then test case, and then test step. So a test suite, you can think of it as all the test cases related to the same technology or product, and then a test case is logging in and purchasing an item. It's the use case. Test case, use case, you can think of those as kind of synonymous, and a test step are all the steps of the test case. So I'm going to hit add test suite, but I'm going to hit a prompt. It's going to say you must set up your OpenAI key. So you see there's 2 settings here. There's the OpenAI key and screenshot storage settings. When you go through the installer, it's going to ask you where you want to save your screenshots, because it's going to screenshot every step of the test. So you don't, that's already completed. It's the OpenAI key that we're interested in. And right now we only support OpenAI. I mean, and to be fair, we only support running this on your machine. We don't even have the cloud set up, so this is like really early. But I will show you how you can submit feedback, and if you want more AI models, that's actually just let your all's feedback drive our prioritization. Okay, so now I've got settings in, I've got the OpenAI key. I see this little button called I'll use your settings. I click on it, it says feature not yet available. I wonder what it would be like if you could use Spruce's built-in settings for OpenAI and S3. Vote for this feature. That's gonna send us a Slack message so we can see that you're voting. It actually doesn't come with any identifiable information, so I have no idea who you are or what, where you came from or what any of your settings are. We don't get any of that. That being said, it's a little bit different with this feedback button where you will enter an email and give us feedback. This also goes into our Slack where Mason and I will see it. We'll be able to get back to you. Anyway, let's get rocking. So I'm gonna click home. Oh, what do I call you? I'm gonna call me Tay. And that just prompts SpruceBot realized we didn't have anything set up as far as an account or a name. So it asked, well, okay, I know. You want to see the action, but let me go to my profile here and let me select a photo just so I can make this demo look pretty. So I can have my photo on it. All right, so I've uploaded that. Because we're set up local and we've got the local file upload strategy configured, that's done for you. This is saves to the file system in whatever directory I've set as the screenshot directory. Here's team management. There's me. I can invite an account owner or invite a test manager. Locally, these things aren't really useful because it's not going to send to anyone because none of the sending of messages is connected. So just have everybody share the same account. Okay, and you see over here is the tool belt. Did I explain this? You can switch if you have multiple organizations, you're part of multiple teams. You can click over here and switch, but okay, enough. Let's rock it. So first thing I'm gonna do is add a test suite. I'm gonna call it Spruce Labs corporate website. that sounds official. Starting URL is https sprucelabs.ai. Background information, so just to make things go a little bit faster. Now all of the data or the information that you provide here is all entered into the prompt for the AI. So you get to play with a lot of this, and it will impact the quality of how well the AI does. So I've just entered Spruce Labs, where visionaries build their technology. This is our website. We take quality very seriously. This is our chance to show the world what it means to us. Work with us to maintain our high standards and don't let anything slip. Sweet. So there we go. Now I'm taken to the test case. Over here in this tool belt now, you can see here is the test suite settings. Okay, so now let's create a test case. In this test case, we're just going to do the case studies. So we have case studies on our website. I just want to make sure they all load. I mean, these are really contrived examples, right? So I'm trying here. All right, set the stage for me. So we take pride in our work, and the case studies page is the place to really show it off. So this is setting the stage, giving context, giving a little bit of background, whatever you would tell a person from like the highest level and from like values or priorities, tell it to the AI. And then we have success criteria. This is actually pretty simple in this case. Success criteria in this case is, just make sure the case studies load and don't throw an error. And then the last bit, this is where it gets fun. Things to keep in mind. This is probably where you're going to spend most of your time when you're tweaking how the AI performs. And it works just like a lot about very similar to how it works when you're working with a person. Someone goes off the rails and you're like, oh, okay, keep in mind that like that button is broken or whatever it is. In this case, I'm saying there are two ways to navigate case studies. One is in the main nav, And then the other are the next and previous buttons when you're on a case study. For this test case, always use the main nav to return to all case studies before navigating to the next. In other words, don't use the next and previous links to navigate through case studies. I want it to go back to the all case studies page over and over and over again, rather than hitting next and previous. And I could put I'm kind of trying to make sure that these tests are very clear in what they're testing. And this is the main nav test. And then I could create another one that is to test the next and previous. Or I could say success criteria is doing it both in one test. But I think it's better to have it really focused. Okay, so here's our case study, and then case studies, test case. This is getting a lot to track. Okay, so test steps. Click on the button below, and I'll go off and build out your test case. So let's do it. So I go SpruceBot. Would you like to watch? I'm gonna say yes. So here we go. You're not going to get to see this, I guess. So you get a little snippet of it right here, but this is where it's pulling up the site and it's running. Bummer. The way I'm recording this, you're not actually going to get to see it. You'd think I would have thunk about that, but check this out. So now I'm on case studies, right? And we're watching these test steps get built. If I go back, you can see that this is building. This is the status indicators. You'll see this change colors as things are going. If I go back to it, now it's clicked on the first case study. If I click on a test step, I get to see click on the case studies navigation link in the header. The action is a click. Here's the selector. And then value if we were typing, expected behavior. Haven't really implemented that fully yet. Again, this is where your feedback is going to help us out a lot. So anyway, now it clicked on 8-bit studies. So check it out. Click the case studies link in navigation. Click Lumina Labs. So if I go here, I can see the selector, nth of type 1. Then click on the case studies navigation link in header to return to the list. So it's following our instructions. Return to the list. Return to the list. Okay. While this is running, there's two things I wanted to show you before we call it, and you get to go and play. So the first thing is variables. So create a variable. So variables are reusable variables. You give them a name. You explain to the LLM how to use this variable, and you can set it to a number, text, date, time, phone, email. And this will be injected into the prompt, and then when the AI is supposed to use a variable, it'll use it. So as an example, maybe a variable is my work address, and how to use it. Whenever you're asked for an address that is tied to work, use this address, and then I can say it is address, and then it's got all the 123 Main Street, and then I can go and now it'll reuse this. You can also randomize it. It's kind of cool. So it'll be random for the test, but then reuse. Okay, so there's variables. Another cool thing that we have here are dummy users. So if I go create a dummy user, I can randomize this also, or I can fill in first name, last name, phone, email, company, role, address, when and how should I use this dummy user, and any credentials. So if your thing requires login, you can put in your login, and or you can fully randomize it, but keep the credentials. So this is really helpful, like when we're testing, filling out any types of forms, anything where we need some consistency. The AI's pretty good at like closing the loop on things, where when it fills out a form, remembering what it filled out so it can reference it later. But anyway, those are all things you can play with. And check this out. Case studies done. Went through, click pause, click case studies return, click off take, click case studies return, click open analytics. And I can, if I wanted to, I could rearrange these steps. I I could also add a new one. I could have it rebuild. So let's say the UI changes. And then we can see here there's no status, run status, because like it just built it. So now let me go start test run and go right along. I'm gonna say no because like you can't see it. And this is another part where we're much different than other solutions is now we're not using AI, we're using expert systems. We're using Puppeteer directly, running the steps. So look, you can see it going down, passing, passing, passing. You can watch the progress here and done. How cool was that? Last thing I'll show you, let's go click on case studies navigation link, header, return to the list. Let's go here. And let's say I did this. Ah, no, broke the selector. Go. Okay, run. Do you want to ride along? No. Fine. Let's see how this goes. There it goes. There it goes. All right, let's see if it hits the one I broke. Was it this one? There it is, gibberish. All right, let's watch it fail. Okay, there it went. Failed. Got 70% the way done. The test that failed was case studies. Look at this. Test case name, case studies. Click on case studies to return to the header navigation. Actual results. Waiting for selector. Blah, 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 blah. Failed. I can view the screenshot. Yeah, okay. That's definitely not awesome. But I broke it, right? I didn't just go in. Put a big piece of gum on. I didn't just go in, hit rebuild steps, and it will fix itself. So, oh, and I did ride along, of course, again. So, all right, that's it. Please check it out, download it. Again, if you need to leave some feedback, hit the little envelope here. This will Slack to us, and I hope to hear from you soon. All right, peace.